Youth Forum, entire ISKCON Youth Forum Guwahati. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So what is the lesson you have learned from Prabhuji's? What you have learned? Sorry? Faith on Krishna. Anybody else?
Surrender to Krishna.
Surrender to Krishna. Who else? Or very nice. Always have devotees, sadhu sangha. Anybody else? Instruction of Guru. On vital point you have left. Yes. And okay. Very good. Yes, Prabhuji. God protects his devotees. Yeah. Very nice points. You all are correct. But one vital thing is that, see, in ISKCON, we address all the male devotees as a Prabhus, right? But that doesn't mean that we become Prabhu. We are always a servant. Dasa dasanu dasaha. So, even if a person, a devotee, doesn't have any quality, but the other devotee definitely like to glorifies that. So that's my situation. Actually, I do not have any qualification, but that's his magnanimity that he is glorifying. All glories to Sudarshan Gochandra Prabhu. Hare Krishna. So I'll chant Jai Radha Madhava for a few minutes. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Gopi Jana Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanashari. Yamuna Tira Vanashari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Rukmini Krishna, Jaya Rukmini Krishna, Rukmini Krishna, Jaya Rukmini Krishna, Jaya Rukmini Krishna, Rukmini Krishna, Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya 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 Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. जय श्री रुक्मिणी कृष्ण भगवान की जय, गौनिताय की जय, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, निताई गौर सीतनाथ प्रेमानंदे हरि। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे, निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते, गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी, वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वंचाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः। नीलाचल निलासाय नित्याय परमात्मने, बलभद्र सुभद्राभ्यां जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। वृन्दाय तुलसीदेव्यै प्रियायै केशवस्य च, विष्णु भक्ति प्रदे देवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयति गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदिनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यैश्वरम्। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते जयपताका स्वामीति नामिने, नमो आचार्यपादाय नीताय कृपापदायिने गौरकथावदारकरतारिणे। हरिः ओम तत्सत्। हरे कृष्णा। অলপ সমূহ পৰিচয় কৰিব হ'ব নেকি, মানে কোন কেনেকুৱা কি বেচ অলপ যদি আপুনি কৈ দিয়ে নহ'লে। অল আৰ নিউ Okay. Can you just briefly say like how many years you are associated with ISKCON? Since how many years? 1 year, 2 year? Or maybe you can say your names quickly. Just say name and how many years you are associated with ISKCON yourself. So you can sit, no problem.
I have joined school. I am in ISKCON since Janmashtami
Last Janmashtami. What's your name?
Roshan Maan.
Roshan. Yes.
My name is Devidas Rathod. I have joined ISKCON 1 year before the Bangalore ISKCON SPR Road. Then I came here since January.
You are not Rowdy Rathora? Simple Rathor. Okay.
My name is
10 months. Very good. Yes.
My name is Divas Sulani, and it's been around 2 years.
Okay, fine. Yes. Yes. 2.5 years. Yes.
My name is Vishal Das, and I am connected to ISKCON since December 2020.
Okay, good. Yes.
My name is Sainavar.
1 year. Very.
Hare Krishna, my name is Ravishan Prabhupada, and I'm connected since 1.5 years, like 2021, Radha from the
Radhashtami. Radhashtami.
Krishna Prabhuji, this is Shushavan Maitri. Since July 2021, I'm connected to it.
Very good. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. My name is Mohammed Rajkumar. I joined ISKCON since 2016.
Okay. Yes, bro.
I'm from 2015.
2015. Okay. Are you initiated? Okay. Okay. No problem. 3 months. Okay. Very good. Excellent. हो गया. Yes, Prabhu ji.
मेरा नाम सोहित है. मैं जनवरी को 2023 से
Okay.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी. My name is Ankit Sharma. I
Recently. Yes.
My name is Prabhu. I have been working.
Childhood. Very good. Very, very.
My name is Ankan Paul. I am being connected to January
22. Prabhu ji. 5 years. Yes, Prabhu ji. 2 years. 1 year. Mm. 2 years. लॉकडाउन से जुड़े हुए आप. Okay, good. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Very good. 2 months. So you are serving as our admin, Bhakti Sister class? Okay, good. Yes. 4 years. Yes. Three years. Okay. Thank you. So, Saurabh?
My name is Saurabh. I am connected to ISKCON for
4 years.
I am connected to ISKCON from my childhood.
Childhood. Very good. So they are not in single batch, like they're mixed, right? Mixed. Majority are like seniors. Okay. So what you are studying? Like how do you feel when you come? What's your like real maybe 1 or 2 you can share? 1 or 2% you can share how you are feeling while you are connected to ISKCON.
Krishna.
Yes.
I told this, I have already told Sudarshan Prabhu, but again, I want to repeat this. Like in ISKCON, it feels like, yeah, this is a real knowledge. In colleges, we used to read, we used to give exams, but that is for our to get money, to get to run our business, our house. It feels like that. But in ISKCON, it seems we are learning real practical knowledge application, what we literally as a human being requires. Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, I wanted to share my experience as connected to Ramakrishna Mission from my childhood. But was doing some spiritual sadhana as per them. But after knowing about ISKCON and following the principles of Prabhupada, the life dimension has been changed. Earlier, whatever the motive was making money and being successful in material world. Now that changes that I can see. I can understand the purpose.
Purpose of life. Very good. Yes. Nayam deho deho bhajan riloke kastan kaman arhate birubhujam je. Lord Rishabdev has told his sons. He said, Nayam deho deho bhajan riloke. This body, we are just, we can also enjoy our senses, and we don't have to do so much of very miserable any condition. We don't have to do so much of what do we say, so much of effort to get our sense enjoyment. Why? Because these are already been given to those animals also, just like hawks and dogs. So for that, for gratifying our senses, this is not our aim of life. So what he says, tapo dibbam putra kajena suddhetu satta. We have to do some austerity, penances, so that we can know what is our purpose of life, what is the goal of life. So that is elaborately described in Srimad Bhagavatam and all our scriptures. So it seems that you have come to know what is the purpose of goal, right? Okay. So presently you are studying Nectar of Instruction. Who is Slok? You are studying right now. Text 2. What is the text 2? Anybody remember the text? Verse, second verse? Yes. Attahara prayasasya prajalpa niyamagraha janasangasya lolamsa sarabhir bhaktir vinashyati. What does it mean? This slogan, what does it mean? Anybody else? Do you know? You said. Anybody else who knows? What is the meaning of the verse?
Attahar, sober eating, and endeavor of mundane activities, doing mundane activities, and unless idle talks about the material world, prajalpa, and doing the things ritualistically, whatever we are practicing, that is practicing ritualistically, and all these things. All these things that leads to
First sloka, it said how we should control our urges, right? What is this? Vasabegam manu. Okay, so there are 6 urges. The 6 urges are urges of the speech. Then mind, anger, tongue, belly and genitals. So interesting thing is that here Rupa Goswami, he hasn't said that we should nullify all those things. In first verse, he say that we need to control them. We cannot nullify all those urges. It's there. But how we can control? Anybody has any idea how to control all these urges? Yeah, by engaging them in Krishna's activity. See, all these urges are there. It will be there. But a dhira person, a sober person, he knows the technique, how to engage, how to dovetail our urges. Just like speech. So whenever you go outside, everybody is talking like anything. Like in second verse, we'll see that prajalpa. So everybody has a tendency to speak. Right, from the politician, khelawala, rickshawala, in every corner of our life, in every like nook and corner of our life, we can see that everybody has a tendency to speak, whether they know or do not know. If you go and ask somebody about God, they will say so many things. If you go to a non-medical person, you go ask about some disease, you will say so many things. So that is the urge of speech. But what Prabhupada said about this urges of speech, he has given a very nice analogy. Anybody remember? Frog. So frog, what he does? What he does? He just croaks. But he doesn't know by croaking, he's inviting his date. So similarly, if we do not know how to control our speech urge, then just by go on speaking and now we are just, our lifespan is going on, it's decreasing. So then the next, what is the next urge is mind. See, what is a function of mind? Thinking, feeling, and willing. You have nicely groomed them. They know everything. Thinking, feeling, and willing. So, what we think, how a mind does his activity? Yeah, anytime mind is always his function. Its function is just to think, then will something and feel. Now, if we misidentify ourselves with this material body, by the way, you know who we are. We are not this body. We are soul. So, because the soul is misidentifying this material body, which is very temporary, which is not permanent. So the soul wants to enjoy through these material senses. So, and how he feel and how he want to enjoy? Through the agency of mind. Because mind has a 6 partners. What are those? These 6 senses. Basically 6 senses. There are another 4 senses also. Altogether 10 senses. So he wants to enjoy these things. Because he is misidentifying with this body, he tries to enjoy through these material senses. And because of material senses, material body is not permanent. Whatever happiness he is trying to get, it is also temporary. So whatever endeavor we do, whatever the mind is trying to thinking about, making so many plans to enjoy, ultimately it becomes null and void. But if the soul just dovetail all his activity for the service of the Lord, he performs devotional service, the mind is automatically directed to think about the Lord. No, when we think about the Lord, how we can serve the Lord, how we can nicely decorate the Lord, how we can serve the devotees, how we can improve the temple, how we can do the improve our preaching activities. So automatically we have to make some plans. You have to think. So that way, the unlimited number of unlimited thinking, feeling, and willing of material endeavors, it becomes controlled. So then similarly, when we engage our tongue in just speaking about Harikatha, just taking remnants of the Lord's footsteps, just taking prasadam, so that way our tongue is also controlled. So then let us understand what is atyahar. Yes, overeating and over collection, over accumulation beyond our need. Prabhupada hasn't said that over collection or over accumulation of fund is bad. He hasn't said. But over accumulation beyond our need. Suppose I have a phone. If I again go for taking another iPhone or another Samsung phone, I have one laptop, then I go for the MacBook Air, so many things. Huh? Then this is called Atyahar. Atyahar. So why Atyahar is bad? If you go for over collection or more accumulation of more than what we need, why it is bad?
It leads to more endeavor we have to.
Yes, because to acquire so many things, we have to do so many activities beyond our like purview, beyond our capacity. We have to endeavor more and more and more. So it goes to again second step. What is called prayasa? Prayasa means over endeavor. Then this is again connected to prasalpa. I want a MacBook Air. How I can do? Oh, maybe I can ask my friend how you have got this. No, I took a loan from ICICI Bank. You can go for also. So it's very simple. I know a manager. He's my class friend. So you go and speak to him, and then he goes. Then he says, "Sir, why you go for a MacBook? You go for all this one. This is very new brand is coming." And slowly, we just land up in prajalpa. Prajalpa means unnecessary talks. Why it is unnecessary? Why it is called unnecessary?
There is no need because already that person is having that, and instead of talking, we can talk.
Yeah, see, all those activities, if it doesn't help us to achieve our purpose of goal of life, that means this is unnecessary. This is called anartha. No artha, no meaning. No artha. So if there is no necessity of all these activities which can help us to achieve our goal of life, purpose of life, the higher purpose of our life, then all these things are not necessary. So basically our goal of life is to achieve Krishna Prem. Aradha Bhagavan Brajeshatanaya Tadham Vrindavanam Ramya Kasirupasana Brajabadhu Varagena Bakalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam Amalam Prema Pumartho Mahan. Prema Pumartho Mahan. To achieve Krishna Prem is our highest goal. See, in a human society, a religious civilization, a cultured civilization, they always aspire for four things. What are those? You know, any idea? Dharma, Artha, Kama, and then Moksha. Generally, people do religious activity. Why? Because they want to enjoy. They want to accumulate money, Artha. And when they get Artha, when they get money, what they do? They enjoy senses. And then after enjoying senses, when they come to know this is very futile, this doesn't give me so many happiness. Even if I go for enjoying so many things, so many years, in so many ways, ultimately my senses are not satiated. So what they do? They want moksha, they want liberation. No, I have to go out of all this cycle. I'm just going from like working like a hog and dog and always engaging in so many activities, trying to accumulate so many funds, trying to gratify my senses, and ultimately I am frustrated. So once they are frustrated, they seek happiness by merging themselves into the absolute truth. No, I don't have to, I should get out of these things. So that is the ultimate thing, moksha. But what the scripture says, what the topmost scriptures, Bhagavatam and all those days, they know dharmasya hi apavargasya nartho arthayo upakalpate. So whatever religious activity we do, we should go out of this cycle, apavarga. Apavarga, you know, pavarga. You know, in our alphabet, there are how many letters are there? 26. So they are arranged in some sets. You know, kakha, gagha, ma, unga. This is called kavarga. Cha, 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 cha. Nya. This is chavarga. Ta, 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 tha, tha, tha. Nya, no, this is ta varga. Then again ta ta tha da dha na. This is again ta varga. And one is pa pha ba bha ma. This is called pa barga. Barga means one set. So here Bhagavatam said, dharmasya hi apavargasya. Negation, nullifying. So Bhagavatam said we should get out of this barga of this set. What set? Pa, pha, ba, bha, and ma. Then what does pa, pha, ba, bha mean? Anybody has idea? You know? Pa means parishram. See, a average or a non-devotee, what will do? He will do all the endeavors to just have accumulate so many funds, so many money, so that he can enjoy. But even if he do all these parishrams, P for parishram, pa, during doing his parishram, foam comes out from his mouth. So this is fa, foam, fena. Then ba means barthata, means frustration. Even if he does so many activities, so many plans, you have any experience? Suppose you are planning for something, then you are doing day and night plans and try to execute, but after that also your plan is fail. So this is called barthata. Then once your plan is failed, you have so much of fear. Oh my God, what will happen? This is bhai. Pa, pha, ba, bha, bhai. And ma, ultimately, mrityu. So this is the cycle. This is the normal cycle of a common person who doesn't have any goal of life. See, as you said, you have just come to know what's your goal of life. In general school, we are taught to study very nicely, to get some high grades. Once you get high grades, then you'll get a good job. Then you will earn so much money, maybe in crores. You can earn if you go to IIT and all. And then what will happen if you go for IIT and all? If you get so much money, then you will lead a very comfortable life, very happy life, so-called happy life. So-called happy, because we do not have any idea of real happiness. So we think that by getting so much money, we'll enjoy so much. In my school days also, we used to write some English essay. Maybe all of you have written. So one of the title of essay was Aim in Life, right? So I wrote, my aim in life is to become a doctor. What is aim? What does aim of life means? This is the summit, no? Aim. Suppose somebody has an aim to scale Everest peak, Everest mountain. So once he reaches the Everest peak, then nothing else is there to achieve, right? If he goes to something else, then he will fall down. So aim of life means this is a summit. This is a topmost pinnacle of your life. So then we wrote, yes, my aim of life is to become doctor. But once I become doctor, I try to contemplate what else then? What's next? Because being doctor also, I'm not happy. So this is the type of, or this is the motive of our material education. They just try to give the children a false utopian idea. Then you just go and earn money, and that's life. That is the nature of material education. We are not taught regarding our aim of life, who we are actually. So yesterday we had a talk in our house, like so many relatives came. Dada Vaislamar, dental. He's now HOD, Dibrugarh Dental College. One of my brother, he's a HOD of dental department in Dibrugarh Dental College. So he also came yesterday. So we are having some normal chat. So we are discussing. We do not know what is our actually. Basically, we do not know first who we are. Forget about our goal of life. See, if we do not know who you are, then we do not know what is your next step. Suppose you want to come to temple for this morning. So you have a goal that I have to come to temple at this time because we have a class in this time. So you know your goal. But suppose you do not have any goal, you do not think about something, you just come out of your house and you are now bewildered, confused where to go. You go to right side or left side or north side or east side or west side. Similarly, today's education, material education also is like the same. They just give an utopian idea, just go for high grades, earn some money and just enjoy. But they have no answer what if enjoy after if my money is gone, my job is gone, or if there is problem in my life, how to solve these problems. So atyahara means over accumulation. So if we go for over accumulation, then prajalpa, then prayas, then prajalpa, and then niyamagraha. Okay, before niyamagraha, there is one more thing. This is called janasanga. Means you have to associate with material-minded people. Because anyway, by hook or crook, you have to earn money. You have to give the EMI of the bank. So you have to earn. If you can earn by doing 8 hours job, then you have to go for again 12 hours of do more job, do more duties. Then that way you give suffering to your body. But anyway, you need some money. So if all these things, if we are concentrating only just to gratify our senses by hook or crook, then we forget our real purpose of life, real goal of life. Right? And then it leads to again niyamagraha. Niyamagraha, somebody was telling. I think you were telling, Prabhu, niyamagraha. What's the meaning of niyamagraha?
We are all the instruction we are following ritualistically. We don't want to understand, or we are not understanding the purpose of all the rules or instructions. We are just following other devotees are doing, so I am doing. I am not understanding the root cause or the root why it is there.
We don't understand the purpose. What is the purpose of the activity or ritual, or what is the rules? We just go following all those things. And also there is another meaning of niyamagraha. Anybody else knows? Yeah, neglecting or doing whimsically, according to my own whims. I don't want to do that, but I concoct some idea, I speculate some idea, and then I do whatever I want. So both a niyam agraha and niyam agraha. Niyam agraha means I am attached to the rules and regulation, but I don't understand the purpose behind. And niyam agraha means I am not attached. I'm not attached. Just see, I just go on doing whimsically. Oh, in Kadasi I have to follow this fasting. No, why I have to do? I'll just go on chanting or just roam around, something like that. So this is called niyama agraha and niyama agraha. And then lolam. Lolam means greediness. So basically all 6 activities are centered around our sense enjoyment, how to gratify our senses. If we have become more conscious about senses, then we are distracted from our purpose of life, goal of life. What is your higher purpose of life? That means they're doing bhakti, prema pumartha mahan. So here, Bhakti Vinod Thakur also he has said, and there's a very nice book is there. I think in temple is there. And not Jayabadhama. Bhakti Vinod Thakur, that he has written one book on this first 6. No, Anubriti is by Sakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Bhaktyaloka. Bhaktyaloka. There he has very nicely, each one's subject matter, Atyahara Prayasa, so one chapter is there. One chapter in one item. So, see, is very nicely written there. See, this first sloka, Vasubhega, only 6 arjas, you have to control. That means they will be there. We cannot negate them, we cannot delete them. It will be there. But we have to delete these 6 items. Control shift delete directly. Nothing like that, we can save them. No. Atyahara prayasasya prajalpa niyamagraha. These things we have to completely delete from our life, devotional service. If we anyway we associate with them, our bhakti will be diminishing, it will be decreased. But the other 6 urges, it will be there. But we need to know, we need to train ourselves how to dovetail them in our devotional service. Just like you said, no? How we can dovetail our urges of mind and speech and tongue and all these things. It will be there. But these 6 items, Atyahara up to like Lolam, we need to delete them. We need to wipe out them from our life. If there is any trace also, we cannot progress in our devotional service. But then we'll discuss about verse number 3. Okay, 12. Okay. So now what you know the 3rd verse and why? Yes. So again 6 item. Utsaha. Utsaha means enthusiasm. In our devotional service, we should be always enthusiastic. In not only devotional service, in any material activity also. If you are doing some study, if you are doing some business, if you are doing some service also, you need to have your enthusiasm. Without enthusiasm, we cannot perform nicely. We cannot achieve our goal. So that enthusiasm should be there. Then second is nisaya. We should have determination. Determination, very strong determination we should have. And while performing, see, determination in the sense that according to Sadhu and Shastra, what the scripture is said, so it says that if you perform devotional service sincerely and under the guidance of the bona fide spiritual master, definitely will achieve Krishna Prem one day. But while performing devotional service, in doing a sadhana bhakti, in a devotional service and practice, sometimes we are slackened. Sometimes, oh, I am now my body is not doing nicely. Maybe I am lazy. I am having some feeling some disease, or I am tired now, or today my mind is not good. So today I will not do anything. So that determination is slackened. So if determination is not strong enough, then again our bhakti will be slackened. It will be slow. So to achieve our highest goal, we should be always perform our devotional service with determination and enthusiasm. Then dharja, patience. So many difficulties might arise. It will definitely arise. So in Bhagavatam, in first canto, we can see, you know Kunti Maharani? Have you heard about Kunti Devi? Who was she? Madhava Pandavas. So, and during entire her life, she was just tolerating, facing so many miseries, so many calamities, right from like after her marriage, after some days, her husband died, then she has to suffer with her 5 sons. Then her sons they have been planned to kill by the Duryodhana. Then they were sent into exile into the forest. So many difficulties. But the very good thing is that she faced all those miseries, all those calamities in a very heroic manner. And finally, when she was praying to Lord Krishna, she said, give me more calamities, give me more miseries. Why? Because when these calamities are there, I suffer them, I face them, then I can remember you. I remember you. Who she is remembering? Lord Krishna. Because she said, by remembering you, by seeing you, we don't feel any miseries, we don't feel any calamities. So that determination, that patience we should have. So that is the difference between a devotee and a non-devotee. A non-devotee suffer, and a devotee also suffer. Because this is the place of misery. Dukkhalayam ashashratam. This place is full of miseries. Krishna has already nomenclatured it. This place, material world, is dukkhalayam. So here we cannot expect any sukha, any happiness. But what is the perspective of a devotee and what is the perspective of a non-devotee? When non-devotee, they face calamities in their life, because calamities will be there in one form or the other. Maybe my health is not good, my wife's health is not good, my father has died, my mother has died, my business has gone down, my salary is cut, my job is laid off. Now so many jobs are being laid off, right? All the big companies are laying off their jobs. So one form or the other, calamities will come definitely. But how do we face? In second sloka in first chapter, first canto, it said, taputra unmulanam dharma prasjita koita bhatra. So in that sloka also it said taputra unmulanam. By studying, by hearing, by giving oral reception to Harikatha or Srimad Bhagavatam, all our miseries will be vanquished. But then one might question us, suppose you say, Prabhu, we are hearing Harikatha, we are hearing Bhagavatam, we are hearing Bhagavad Gita, all those activities, we are chanting also, but still we suffer. Then how is that true? So the non-devotee, when they suffer, they blame Lord. They say, no, we are doing so many things, we are giving donations, we are going to temple regularly, but still I am suffering. From tomorrow I will not go. My job is done. But then for sadhakas, for a devotee, those who are in the sadhaka, like we are like us, we are doing devotional service and practice. So we suffer for our purification because we have some anarthas, we have some aparadha while performing devotional service also, because we have not attained the purest stage. We have not become the highest, we have come to the highest platform. So during that phase, as I said, devotional service, there are how many stages? 9 stages are there. So starting from Shraddha to Prema, while we go on performing devotional service, there will be some anarthas. We'll be performing some anarthas, performing some aparadhas. So for that, we have to suffer. But the beauty is that while doing devotional service also, if we perform some anarthas, aparadhas also, we won't suffer that much like a non-devotee. Krishna gives us the punishment just to purify us. Just like a gold, when it comes up from the gold mine, it's dirty, right? But it is then burned in a fire just to make it pure. So similarly, karmani nirdhati kintu sabhakti bhajam, Brahma Samhita is said. So whatever activity or whatever reaction a devotee is suffering, this is only for its purification. You understand that? So non-devotee, they suffer according to their karma. Whatever they do, they will suffer. If you do good karma, they will enjoy. They do bad karma, they will suffer. But in case of a devotee, the suffering is only for their purification. Then what about the pure devotee? Those are very pure, just like the Guru Maharaj and all. Prabhupada had heart attack. Why? Kunti Maharani suffered so much. Pandavas suffered so much. Are they not pure devotees? They are pure devotees. Those who are like directly talking, directly associating with the pastimes of the Lord, definitely they have to be pure. Then why they suffer?
Krishna, through them, Krishna so us to how to deal with the problem. Through them.
How to deal with the problems? What's very good. Anything else?
So like even pure devotees are suffering, then what we can learn from them. कि प्रॉब्लम तो उनको भी हो रहा है pure devotees को, but फिर हम क्यों ऐसा सोचते कि हमको क्यों प्रॉब्लम नहीं है? तब 2 दिन भक्ति कर लिया तो हम सोचते कि सारा प्रॉब्लम खत्म हो जाना चाहिए, लेकिन devotees के लाइफ में बहुत सारे प्रॉब्लम्स आते हैं, फिर भी वो लोग
नहीं छोड़ते हैं. See, the idea of Lord giving some calamities to the devotees, pure devotees' life, is to just glorify them. Lord wants to glorify his devotees. See, because a non-devotee, when they suffer, they blame the Lord. But when they enjoy, they do not praise the Lord. मेरे को लॉटरी लग गया, मेरे को नौकरी लग गया, मेरे को पगार ज्यादा हो गया. They don't praise the Lord. But when they suffer, they will definitely blame. But in case of a pure devotee, when they suffer, they will praise the Lord. They will glorify the Lord. Tattena kampam su samikshamanam bunjano evatma kritam vipakam. What they say? Oh Lord, thank you so much. You are so glorious. You are so magnanimous. You are so kind. You are so kind-hearted to me because I have to suffer a lot. But because you are so kind, so merciful, you have just given me a token. You have given me just a token. That is the understanding. So in that understanding, the God, the Lord becomes sold out. So that is why the Lord gives punishment or calamity, whatever we say, just to glorify. Say he wants to show the Lord, he wants to set an example for the devotees that even if these devotees are suffering also, they don't leave me. Their belief, their trust on me is more and more. It increasing and increasing. It's not that he is giving suffering for their karmas. They don't have any karma. Because once a devotee reaches the prema stage, there is no anarthas, no aparadhas, nothing. So we need to perform our devotional service with utsaha, nisaya, dharya, and then what is tat karma pravartanat. What is tat karma pravartanat? We have to follow, need to follow what the previous acharyas, what the books, what the shastra, what the guru has told us. tat karma, those activities which is followed by the previous acharya, which is followed by given instruction by the revealed scriptures. That activity we need to follow. You will come to know slowly when you come to nectar of devotion. There is a nice definition of bhakti. So it said bhakti means Anukullenu Krishnanu Bhakti Ruttama. Anna Vilasita Sindam Gyana Karmati Anapritam. Anukullenu Krishnanu Bhakti Ruttama. So there you'll study very elaborately what is the meaning of Anukulla and Krishna and Onusilanam. So Onusilanam means Silanam means practice. Practice. Practicing devotional service. Unto whom? Unto Krishna. When we practice our devotional service, not for any demigods, not for any demigods, not for any big higher living entity. Maybe somebody is now they worship Virat Kohli, or maybe Amitabh Bachchan. Some worship Narendra Modi also. Not that Silanam. What Silanam? Krishna Silanam. But how Krishna Silanam? There's a very nice word in between. Anu is there. Krishna Anu Silanam. So here is Krishna is Silanam. So we are doing devotional service for Krishna. But how we do? There is a linking word. It's called Anu Silanam. Anu means according to the Shastra, according to following in the footsteps of the previous acharyas, previous devotees, Mahajans, or Shastra. Suppose somebody says you, we need to do arati of Lord by showing the lamp. How many times in the foot? 4 times. Then navel 2 times. Then face 3 times, and the whole body 7 times. Oh, okay. Okay. I need to do only arati. I'll do according to mine. You are doing 100 times. You are doing. You say, Prabhu, you are doing 7 times. I am doing 100 times. First I do lamp, then I give water, then I give flower, then I give cloth, hanky, according to my whims. We are doing very nicely for Krishna service only. But Rupa Goswami says this is not bhakti. Bhakti means you cannot do you whimsically. You need to do according to what revealed scripture or what the previous acharya has said. That is called Anu. That's why it is called Krishna Anusilanam. And that Krishna Anusilanam also has to be anukul, favorably. Favorably. See, you are trying to please Krishna, right? You are trying to please, doing devotional service, we are trying to please Krishna. But how we are pleasing Krishna? When Krishna fought with all his wrestlers in Kamsa's kingdom, Mustika Chanur, so Krishna was pleased by fighting with them. Because Krishna enjoyed that. Krishna enjoyed fighting with Mustika Sanura. But this is not called bhakti. Why? This is not anukul. Because Mustika Sanura or Kamsa, they wanted to kill Krishna. There is no anukul bhav. There is pratikul bhav. Unfavorably, they are trying to serve Lord. So even if Krishna is pleased also, we do not say that our acharyas, they don't say this is bhakti. So that's why Rupa Goswami says, Anukulleno Krishnanu Silanam. We need to perform devotional service in favorable mind. Whereas there's a nice example also. Have you heard about Damodar Leela? So that day, mother was churning the milk, butter for dahi, for butter. And Krishna came up to his lap and started feeding milk. But then after some time, Yashoda left because the milk was about to boil up. So then, is it bhakti? She's doing particular. Krishna wanted to take breast milk and she left and she went away. Is it bhakti? Anukul? This is anukul. Because whatever she was trying to do only for pleasing Krishna. Because she thought if the milk is go into the like a fire, what Krishna will eat. So whatever, every consciousness was to please Krishna. So when if apparently it appears that she was not trying to do in favorable way, but because her motive was to please Krishna, it is counted as a devotional service. So that way, utsaha, nishaya, dharyat, tat karma pravartanat, and sangatyagat, sato vritti. Sangatyagat means again, there in second verse was jana sangasya, same meaning. Jana sangha means you have to disassociate with this materially minded people. Here also same thing, sangatyagat. We need to disassociate. We don't need to associate with the materialistic people. Why? Why have to give up the association of the materialistic people? Yes, everything. See, if we want to learn something like, suppose you want to learn computer science, computer regarding how to operate computer, you need to go to a person who knows computer, right? If you want to know something about medical science, you need to get admitted into medical college. Same thing. So similarly, if you want to know any spiritual science, you need to go to a person who knows spiritual items, spiritual science. So, but if you associate with the materialistic person, they cannot give us any material spiritual things. So that's why it says sangatyaga. We should always associate, constantly associate with devotees. And lastly, satobritte. Satobritte means following previous acharya, what the previous acharya has done, how a nice computer scientist has, he knows how to operate everything. So if I followed him, if I associated with him, I also learn how to operate computer, right? So similarly, if we want to gain so many knowledge in spiritual science, we need to associate, we need to follow in the footsteps of the previous acharya. So that is the basic idea of these 6 activities: Utsaha, Nisaya, Dharya, Tat Karma, Pravartanat, Sangatyaga, Satobritte, Sarabhir Bhakti, Prasiddhati. Prasiddhati means it will flourish. Our devotional service will come up, it will increase. So that way, Rupa Goswami Prabhupada has nicely enumerated like what are the activities we need to reject and what are the activities we need to accept. So through all these activities, we can very nicely nourish our devotional kripa, devotional life, right? So this quarter to half an hour. We can go for some question and answer Q&A session. If you have any question, yes, please.
We have this question that at the same time in our spiritual life, how can we maintain both enthusiasm and patience at the same time? Because when we keep patience for something, then enthusiasm decreases. Like when we started it first, we had the enthusiasm just to, but slowly it goes down. So the long time, how can we maintain both patience and enthusiasm?
And that's why Rupa Goswami has told these 6 items altogether. Please have a seat. So he said, but all these 6 items, not like separate one. Starting from Utsaha, Nisaya, Dharya, Tat Karma, Pravartana, Sanga, Tyaga, Sato, Vritti. So when we try to execute our devotional service, so we need to become patient and determined and enthusiastic. At the same time, we need to follow the footsteps, Sato, Vritti. So if we feel sometimes non-enthusiastic, we lost our patience, our determination has gone down. But because we are associating with Sato Vritti, we are associating with the pure devotees, or like we are higher devotees, senior devotees, then they will guide us. Say, this is your problem, or you need to do these things. So that's why it's not only one item that we become enthusiastic and rest are gone. We are not patient. No, it's not like that. So that's why the essence of all devotional service is only one thing, that is sadhu sangha. Sadhu sangha, sarva shastra koi, lava matra sadhu sangha, sarva siddhi hoy. See, the words of the scriptures are very, very meaningful. Very, very meaningful. Why it says sarva siddhi hoy? Because this will answer your all question. You have patience, but their enthusiasm going down. But if you, in true sense, you associate with the devotees, senior devotees who are gone in this path, definitely they will guide us. So that's why if we go for the Satobritti, all 6 items, all 5 items also definitely follow us. Right? Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
As you have realized now, the aim of life is to serve Krishna. So if you meet a child, his child
will you see him leave all this materialistic thing and go after your footsteps, like follow Krishna?
What do you feel yourself?
I don't know. I recently joined.
Recently joined. Okay. So that's why Prahlad Maharaj is said. You know Prahlad Maharaj? Please have a seat. You know, have you heard of Prahlad Maharaj? Huh? Who was he? Yes. Prahlad, he was the son of a very great demon. His father's name was Hiranyakashipu. He was such a great demon that he used to utilize all these demigods as his personal servant. Indra will come and serve his home. He used to keep Shani Dev as his papoch. Shani was under his feet. He was such a powerful person. He did so many penances that his whole body was eaten up by these worms. And his life here was only within his bones. He was covered up with anthill. But still, he was chanting. And because of his power of his penance, tapasya, the whole Tribhuvan was like getting warm and warm. Then ultimately Brahma came and gave him some boon, and he becomes so powerful that all these demigods, when his eyebrows was dancing, no, they will fear. They become fearful. That's what's mentioned in Bhagavatam. But because his son Prahlad was a devotee of Lord Hari, Lord Krishna, he knew the purpose of his life. So when he was in Gurukul, in his school, his teachers were all his like demoniac teachers. Demoniac teachers. Sanda and Amarka. Sanda and Amarka University of Material Science. So in that university, not only Prahlad Maharaj and all the other children, all the other sons of all the demons in that kingdom, they used to study there. But what they will teach them, the Sangha Amarka, all these material activities, study and enjoy and get good marks, become a good householder and enjoy and then die. But whenever he will get some recess, some leisure time, he will call all his students, his classmates. He'll say, sit down, we'll talk about Krishna Katha. And he said very important thing, Komara asaret pragya dharman bhagavatan iha manusham durlabham manusham janmam tadapi adhrubam arthadam. He says, Komaram asaret pragya. All the learned sages have said, we should try to cultivate this Bhagavad Dharma, the Hari Katha or Krishna consciousness from our very childhood. Kumar means like from 5 years of age. We need to practice, cultivate our Krishna consciousness from very childhood, from 5 years of age. Why? Because this human life is very, very rare. Durlabham manusham janmam. It's okay, Durlabh, I have got this, no problem. I'll live my life because I'll live for 100 years. When I get retired, I become old, then I'll come to ISKCON temple, then I chant Hare Krishna. He said, no. He says, Adhrubam and Arthadam. Adhrubam means, you know, Dhruva Tara, Polestar. Dhruva means this is fixed. But here this is Adhrubam. This human life is not fixed, not permanent, it's temporary. Even if you want to stay for maybe 100 years, whenever the date will come, it will kick you out. No, get out of this. So this is called Adhrubam. And Arthadam. Arthadam means meaningful. Why we are giving this human life? It's meaningful, it's a meaning. It's not without meaning. What is that meaning? That meaning is we need to understand our purpose of life, our value of life. See, there is a saying, there is a very nice sloka in Mahabharata. It says, the activities a human being it does is the same activities done by an ordinary animal also. There are 4 kinds of activities. You remember anybody? What are those? Eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. Ahara nidra bhaya maithunancha saman nametat pasu bhinaranam. The 4 activities, ahara means eating, nidra means sleeping, bhaya means defending or fearfulness, and mating means maithuna means mating. See, a human being also, he eats and he sleeps, he protects his body or his house or his state, whatever is that, and he also produces children. An animal also does the same thing. A street dog also, he also eats, he also have sex in the street, he also sleep in the street, and he also protect his from with his nails and teeth and all, right? So if these activities are similar to human being, and if we say as human being, you are a dog, you'll say, oh, why you are saying me dog? I'm human being. Why you are being human being? How to utilize your intelligence? Just to increase our sense gratification, just to increase your plans. Oh, how I can eat. And now I am eating in this, on this simple bed, a simple table. My table should be golden. Now I am eating in a very paper plate. Now I'll eat in a very golden plate. For that, for increasing our senses, that intelligence is not required. I said, in the beginning, Nayam deho deho bhajang riloke, kostan kaman or hate bir bhujangte. Whatever this enjoyment we are having through our senses, the same enjoyment is having by a street dog also, a hog also. Then why we should do all these activities? So there he says, Ahar nidra bhai moithunam sa samanyam etat posubhi naranam. Posu means animal, nara means human being. All four activities are similar. This is very common things. But then in the next line it is said, dharmo hi tesam adhiko vishesho. The dharma or spiritual activity is a special prerogative for the human being. Special prerogative. A street dog, a hog, they cannot perform dharma, right? They can perform dharma, can they? No. Only human being, they have been given a special privilege, then you can go for all these things. What is dharma means? Who am I? Who is God? What's our relationship? So that for that purpose only we have been given this human body. That is our purpose of life. If we do not understand the purpose of life, we think, oh, we have got this body, let us enjoy, eat, drink, and marry. No, that is not our purpose of life. So Prahlad Maharaj said, Tadapi adhrubam durlabham manusam janmam. That human body is very, very rare. After so many multiple incarnations, our reincarnations in so many species, there are 84 million species are there. We have to roam around all the species, and ultimately we'll come to this human body. And if we do not utilize human body, then we have lost our purpose of life. In Bhagavatam, there's a very nice sloka. What did they say? This human body is compared to a very nice boat, very favorable boat. How? Why this boat is there? Just to cross over this material world, this ocean of nations. Bhavam Buddhi. This is called Bhava Ambudhi. Ambudhi means say ocean, where we have repeated birth and death. Bhava means to repeatedly take birth and die, birth and death. So to get out of this cycle of this Bhavam Buddhi, there is a boat has been given to this. Whom they have given the boat? No, human body is a boat. Jivas, soul. Because soul is roaming around, no? Sometimes he's getting an animal body, sometimes getting bird body, sometimes getting a tree body, sometimes getting insect body. But now he has been given the chance, privilege, opportunity to cross over this nation. For that, this boat has been given. Now in the boat, there should be some commander. Who is that commander? Our spiritual master is a commander. Then to sail a boat through the ocean, you need some breezes, nice favorable breeze, so that this can sail through all the waves and all. So what are the favorable breezes? Sorry. Instruction of the Shastra. Instruction of the Shastra. So all these opportunities, facilities are given so that the soul, through this human body, through this boat, he can cross over the ocean of nations, or this cross over this ocean of Bhavam Buddhi. And if he does not utilize this facility, he has been termed as a killer of the soul. Atmaha. Atmaha. Atmaha, he is doing his suicide, spiritual suicide. Why spiritual suicide? Because if he doesn't take the advantage of this human body to understand the purpose of goal and to cross over the ocean, this ocean of nations, then again here he will glide down again through all these species, different species. And there you have to suffer. The sufferings of the other animals and trees and insects is more than the suffering of the human body, right? That you accept that. See, the tree is standing in the all this summer season, rainy season, cold season, but at least we can protect ourselves in summer season or rainy season or cold season, winter season, right? So think about the other insects also, other animals also. So that's why it is said in many, many scriptures that if we do not utilize our human body to understand the purpose of life and how we should do that from the very beginning of our life. That's why Prahlad Maharaj is counted as one of the Mahajans. There are 12 Mahajans. Mahajans mean those who are the master, who are the main teacher of religious science, religious activities. So there are 12 Mahajan. Out of that, Prahlad is also counted as one Mahajan. So his advice is that we need to cultivate this Krishna consciousness right from our beginning, right from our childhood. Then only we'll understand, then we can practice. See, there is no guarantee. First thing is that we have no guarantee that we'll go up to our old days. We might die now also, no? Then if you are waiting for our retirement to come, then who knows? We might not attain the retirement age also. Again, if we go for old age retirement, our body will not support us. Our ear will not support us. Our eyes will not support us. Right? So how we can guarantee us that when we go for retirement, when we grow old, then we'll understand nicely, we can hear nicely. So that's why our prime duty of human life is just to cultivate Krishna consciousness, and everything else will fall apart. Everything else will fall apart. That should be our main goal. But now if we think that, okay, let me do something, okay, initially we also do advice like them, because initial stage, the persons or devotees who try to understand or try to join Krishna consciousness, their faith is a very tender. They don't have very fixed shraddha or faith. So just to attract them, just to give them some taste, we tell them, okay, you please come, chant and do some whatever activities then. But those who are serious, those who knows, they will not go for this. They'll definitely cultivate from the childhood. Does it make sense to you, Prabhu? You understand? Any doubt is there? Thank you. Yes. Do you have any question? To some extent.
Really, I want to know because I am nursing officer in AIMS. So, like, how should I grow? What should my aim towards? Since I am this year only, I am trying. So, how should be my aim? Like, what means continuing the work along with the bhakti, or in upcoming days or years?
How many years since you are joined in ISKCON? Since how many years?
1 year, Prabhuji. I'm connected. I was in Bangalore studying, so ISKCON SPR level. So an online course I have joined here. Then since December I came to the Guwahati. In January
Okay. So I'll just give you a personal answer and I'll give a general answer also. So your personal answer to your question is that everything can be utilized for Krishna's service in every aspect of our life. So if you are a nursing student or nursing research, that can be also utilized for Krishna's service. I'll give my personal experience in this temple only. In 1993, when I joined my post-graduation, after maybe 1 year, I lost my interest in my study. So I want to join full-time here. That time I had a family also. So I came here, and here in this room only, I discussed with Sri Jiva Prabhu. Sri Jiva Prabhu and one was Madhav Prabhu. You know, Madhav Prabhu still here from Ceylon. So both were there because Sri Jiva is like my mentor. So I said, Prabhuji, I'm done. I have enough. I will not pursue my post-graduation. I'll leave everything. I'll come here and serve full-time. So they say, no, you continue. Because if you do your post-graduation, that will be a very good tool for your preaching activities. Because if you all that time, by the time I was MBBS doctor already, I did my post-graduation after some time. So if you go for preaching and if somebody says, oh, he's a gynecologist, then words will have values. You know, when Radheshyam Prabhu goes for corporate preaching, when he presents, it's written Radheshyam Das M Tech IIT Mumbai. Why this is needs MTech IIT Mumbai? Because some persons value that degree. Oh, he's MTech, IIT MTech. So you listen to them. So that way, this academic activities also, qualification also can be used, utilized for Krishna service. Because some people understand that language. They'll value that. They don't value this devotee. No, so a very qualified person. Huh? He's an engineer, he's a doctor, he's a chartered accountant. So we must also, they can relate their wavelength. So that way, everything can be utilized for Krishna service. Because Krishna has given this intelligence, utilize it for Krishna service. You do your practice, whatever your service you are doing, and like aims as a nursing, you can go there. You see, when I was doing my post graduation, I was going with my tilak only. Also, of course, not 7 head, but tilak. Then for a few days, my professor, HOD, and all the students say, "Oh, what happened to Dr. Deepak? What happened?" Then it gives me opportunity to preach. When I see tilak, then I get an opportunity to preach. What does this mean? What is ISKCON? What is Krishna consciousness? So we have to utilize everything for Krishna service. That is your personal answer. And general answer is that if somebody is very determined, no, I want to join like this, he is very fixed, he can join our Gauranga Ashram. Gauranga Ashram means becomes a brahmachari. Or if he is not so determined, no problem. You continue whatever you are doing in your life. You do study, job, everything, but you should be focusing your Krishna consciousness very pakka. That was the instruction to Raghunath Goswami by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also. When Raghunath Goswami flew away from his house, that time he was married. He went away from his house and wanted to join full time. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, no, you go back. You behave in such a way, you do whatever activities a householder way externally, but internally you worship Radha Krishna. And Prabhupada is given in other scriptures, so it's a very nice analogy is given. How we should serve Krishna in this situation, in this kind of situation. Just like a, unchaste lady. Unchaste lady. Suppose a lady should have a very, she should be chaste. She should be attached to only her husband. But sometimes they are attracted, paramour. They have a paramour. So what they do, they outwardly does things so nicely at home, but inwardly in her mind is thinking about her lover. Oh, when I'll get the time to meet him, So similarly, it says, outwardly we should perform our household activities, but inwardly we should always think about Krishna constantly, 24/7. So that is a general question. So if somebody is very determined, no, my life is only, see, Krishna, Prabhupada has given one statement. He said, just give this one life to Krishna. Prabhupada says, just give this one life to Krishna. Because we have spent so many lives in so many millions and millions of species. We do not know how many millions of times we have become human beings. But we have not understood our purpose. Millions of species, maybe in cats and dogs and reptiles and trees, fish. But somehow in this life, we came to know, to understand what is our purpose of life. So if we are serious, and we should be actually serious to give this one life, because in coming days, all this situation of the Kali Yuga will worsen and worsen and worsen. We do not know. Even if we do some amount of bhakti also, then we'll go to heavenly planets. That's what Bhagavad Gita has said. We'll go to heavenly planets, enjoy there for many thousands of years, and then again come back as a human being. Susinang Srimatam Gehe Yoga Brasta Abhijate. That was a question by Arjuna to Krishna. Those who have not completed their yoga, bhakti yoga, what will happen? So Krishna says, so they will go to heavenly planet, they will enjoy for many thousands of years, and then again come back. They will take birth in a house, in a family of a devotee, or maybe family of a very aristocratic person. Why? Because they will be given as sons. Where they have left, from there, they will again continue their devotional service. But question is that if we may not be devotee, we see so many children of our devotees only, they are not very serious. So what is a guarantee that again we will start from that activity? So Prabhupada actually, he said, just give this one life to Krishna. Be serious. We should be very serious. Of course, at the same time, we need to do our activities also, so that we can impress, we can attract, encourage other people, other common people also. So that's the main model. Okay, got your point? Hare Krishna. Anybody else? Any question? Yes.
Prabhuji, how can we recognize our anarthas? That is, to differentiate between necessary and unnecessary things in 21st century.
It's nothing like a 21st century anarthas are different, in the 15th century it was different. No, anarthas are always anarthas. The first symptom is that if we are performing anarthas, we will not have any taste for Harinam. We will not develop any taste for Harinam. We are chanting. See, so many devotees say, we are chanting for last 15 years, 10 years, still I do not have any taste, no ruchi, no ruchi, name ruchi nahi. That means we are having anarthas. And also our seniors will guide us. Seniors will say, we will not have any taste for Harinam, we will not have any taste for reading Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, to associate with the devotees. If they are very serious anartha, we will lose interest in associating with devotees. So that's why it is said, we need to protect our Bhakti Lata very, very carefully. That's why very beautiful term is used, Bhakti Lata. It's not Bhakti Briksha. Briksha means tree, very strong. But Bhakti is a creeper. You know, creeper is very tender. You need to support that creeper. You need to protect from everything. So we should be very, very careful that this all those anarthas, all these aparad, it doesn't destroy our Bhakti Lata. So that's why knowledge is also required. Of course, bhakti is not dependent on knowledge, but still in the initial stage, when we associate with devotee, we learn from them, we read Gita Bhagavatam, then we come to know that these are the anarthas. That's why this is Anukulyana Krishna Anusilanam. We need to do favorable. Whatever is a bad things, we need to reject. Altogether reject things. That's why Rupa Goswami has given us NY. We need to understand and then we reject. And we firm, very firm that we need to do this sadhana bhakti very, very consciously and enthusiastically. So these are the symptoms. So by just like if suppose a person is having some disease, what is symptom? He will have high temperature, fever will be there. No? The fever is a symptom of a disease. So similarly, our symptom of anartha is there, no ruchi. Our taste will go down. Okay, then you have to go to a doctor. The doctor is sitting there, he will guide what you have to take. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes.
Prabhu, like you have just told us that you lost your like interest on interest. So how did you, even after like losing interest and you came to join ISKCON like full time, how did you pursue like your studies? Like if you lose interest, how can you study? How did you like?
No, that's why at that time I was confused. Karpanda dosapahata sabhava prichamitang dharma samura seta. So I was a newcomer, I was a neophyte devotee. So I was thinking about in that line. But then I contacted our seniors. That's what I said. When you are diseased, you need to go to a doctor. So when I contacted my mentor, they guided me. So no, this is the situation. They actually make me understand. And it's not like a whimsical. It's not like a fanatical. They make me understand that this is the situation. If you pursue that, if you become like a postgraduate doctor, gynecologist, then that will help you in preaching. Why you have come to join us? To do preaching.
Yeah.
But if you want to do this, pursue this education, it will help in your preaching. So just to increase my quality of preaching, I can do. For Krishna, we can do anything. For satisfying Krishna, we should be we should be eager to do anything for Krishna. So no problem. And while pursuing that also, I was doing my devotional service. Just like in Narad Muni, no? Narad Muni, while he was serving the Bhakti Vedantas, you know the story of Narad Muni? In the previous life of Narad Muni, he was just a servant, maid servant son. He was a very, very poor person. Her mother was only her shelter. So their duties, my mother being a housemaid, she was being entrusted to take care of some devotees, sadhus, Bhakti Vedantas. And as a small son, he was also accompanying his mother. So mother was doing some service, he was also doing some service. But he was determined, and while serving them, he developed some taste. He developed some taste. And then he developed taste for hearing, developed taste for association, he developed taste for Krishna Katha and all. Ultimately, he improved in his devotional service. So while doing our activities also, household activity also, we should be focused that our main thing is our to cultivate Krishna consciousness. As I said, no, outwardly we'll do all the activities, but inwardly in our heart, we should be always Krishna conscious. Just like a woman is attracted for her paramour. That's the actually key word, key goal. Got a point? Makes sense? Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Do you believe in destiny?
Yes, destiny is there.
Means simply everything is written. What will happen?
Yes, but there is a but. If a person is a Krishna consciousness, his destiny can be changed, and Krishna will change that. As I say, no, karmani nirdahati kintu sa bhakti bhajan. In Brahma Sutra, Brahma is say, for a normal, general, common person, is always destined. Like whatever you are doing, you will have to enjoy or suffer. If you do good work, you will enjoy. If you do bad work, you will suffer. So there is destined. But if somebody is doing Krishna Bhakti, devotional service, everything can be changed. Karmani nirdahati kintu sa bhakti bhajan. If you're doing bhakti, then all your karmas will be nullified. That's one of the characteristics of a pure devotional service. If we do devotional service, pure devotional service nicely, then one of the characteristics is kleshagni. Only our kleshas, calamities will be gone. And ultimately will give us subhada. Subhada means all auspiciousness. Our life will become all auspicious. So we need to understand all these things from Shastra, scripture, what the scripture is saying. Suppose if you want to know what is the treatment of malaria, you just cannot go outside in the street and ask somebody what is the treatment of malaria. Will it work? You have to ask a person who knows medicine. That means you ask to have a doctor, because a doctor is no other any other person. It's like a common person like you and me, but he has studied the scriptures and he has assimilated the knowledge. Similarly, as you said, destiny, it is written, it is given in the scriptures. For a non-devotee, is there. His destiny is that he has to suffer or enjoy his destiny. But for a devotee, it can be changed. If you are so serious, if you are like seriously doing devotional service, our destiny can be changed. Krishna will change it. Okay? Hare Krishna. Yes.
How can we control the urges of mind?
Control the urges of mind. Okay. Have you read the NOI?
Yes. I'm the first chapter.
Okay. So as we discussed, no? So what is the activity of mind is thinking, feeling, and willing. So when we are in the bodily platform means when we identify ourselves as this body. So who is identifying? The soul. I am identifying. I mean soul. So then he does all his activity through the agency of intelligence and mind, because soul directly he doesn't do anything. He act through this agency of mind and intelligence. So mind is thinking, his mind activity is only thinking, feeling, willing. He can think good things also, he can think bad things also. But because the soul is identifying, oh, this is me, I am human body, I am male, I am female, I am Indian, so I must support Virat Kohli. Because he's identifying with this body, no? Had it this body is born in Pakistan, will support this Pakistani cricketer. So this mind is always in line with this soul through the medium of this body, this concept. But then if the soul identifies that I am eternal servant of Lord, and this is just a covering, this is giving a, like a what is called a dress, outward dress. I am not this body, I am separate, and my activity is to just serve Krishna. So he will now act according to that purpose. He now understands that I am not this body, I am servant of Krishna. Now he will act through this mind and intelligence. He will direct his intelligence. I must work to please Krishna. So mind also think, oh, how can I serve? How can I serve Krishna? How can I serve the devotees? How can I satisfy the devotees? How can I satisfy the Lord? So that way also mind think. So the key word is that our understanding, our concept. If I understand that I am not this body, I am soul, the mind also automatically dovetail. So in that way, the urges of mind will be controlled. But if I do not understand, if I misidentify with this body, then mind will go as a stray dog. There will be no control over mind, because that is the actually just like in a chariot, there are so many horses. One horse tries to pull you this way, other will try to pull you this way. But who will control? The intelligence will control through this rein. Huh? It will control. So that way, because the intelligence is also not controlled, it's not in a proper mood, it's not proper understanding. He is just identifying with this body. So this body is saying, no, we should go for this Rasgulla is there, we should go for the Pushka there, all these things. It's not controlled. So this mind is also thinking in that way. But if we know, no, our Shastra has said, I am not this body, I am soul. So my focus is to develop Krishna consciousness, to serve Krishna, to serve devotees. So all these senses, including the mind also, will be in line, will be in dovetail. And that way, it will be controlled.
प्रभु जैसे हम लोग जॉब करते हैं तो लोग कैसे सर्व कर सकते हैं? अब तो लोग जैसे जॉब कर रहे हैं या कैसे उस टाइम हम लोग सर्व कर सकते हैं?
Yes, see, this is a practice only. For that, you need some time. You need to associate with the devotees, and they will guide. In Gita, the same thing, the Arjuna asked Krishna. See, when in 6th chapter, Krishna is narrating how to meditate, Dhyan Yoga. You should sit like this. You should try to focus your attention, concentrating on your tip of the nose, and all this. So many things are there. So then, what Arjuna says, for me, is very difficult. I can stop the wind, but I cannot control my mind. So mind is so restless, so restless. So if a person like Arjuna cannot control his mind, then what about us? But then again, Krishna, what he said, he said, Asamsayang Mahabaho Monam Durnigraham Salam. Mind is undoubtedly is very, very difficult to curb. But then how we can curb, how we can control the mind? By practice and renunciation. Two things. We need to do practice. You are a chartered accountant? You are doing some business. Private job. So in whatever field is there, in the first day you did not understand everything. Slowly you are learning. So learning means practice. We need to practice. So how we need to practice? In association of devotee, in association with the senior devotee, senior bhaktas. So they will guide us how we can practice, how we can control our mind. So by practicing, we control our mind that, oh, I understand that, oh, okay, Bhagavan, as Lord has given me the opportunity to do my business. So I must concentrate, or I must focus, I must engage all my senses for Krishna's service only, for Krishna's satisfaction only. Okay? Only for Krishna's satisfaction. Because had Krishna has not given me the this opportunity to serve him, then I am nowhere. So Krishna also says that Tasmat sarvesu kalesu mam anusmara juddhasya. At every time, all the time, you must just concentrate on me, think about me, and fight. Mam anusmara. Anusmara means, again, I said, anusilana. Anusmaran means constantly think about Krishna, constantly. Whenever I'm doing business or studying or doing practice or operating on a patient also, we must concentrate, oh, Krishna is given me also. Krishna is with me. Then everything will fall apart. Mam anusmara juddhasya. Constantly think about Krishna. It's obviously it's not a very easy thing to in the initial stage, but by practice, constant practice, it will come. Definitely it will come. But so then there will be no problem whenever you are driving also, or cooking also, or doing business or studying, whatever use that. It will be just very as simple as that. So by practice and renunciation, we can remember Krishna. Okay. Anybody else? Question? You want to say? So if I have no any question, I'll just go for 15 minutes. How many you are chanting 16 rounds? Oh, quite a big number. Are you thinking about initiation process? How many are interested for initiation? Or have you understood the importance of initiation? Trying to understand. Okay. See, we are chanting Harinam. That's very good. It's by chanting Harinam, we have to, what is the main goal? To attain Krishna Prem. And what is the other effect by doing chanting? Cleansing the heart. Okay. So in every aspect, there are certain processes are there, authorized processes are there. Just like practicing medicine also. You can practice medicine by working few months in a pharmacy. You will have some, gather some knowledge, and then you can also serve. Or buying some book from a shop and then going through a reading, and then you have some idea. You can also practice. That's what the quack doctors are practicing, right? But they are not authorized doctors. To become an authorized doctor, you need to admit yourself in a medical college and then pass out and become a doctor. So similarly, in the devotional service also, there is some authority is there, authorized practice is there, authorized practice. So it says in Padma Puran one slok, Sampradaya Vihinaste Mantraste Nispalamataha. Whatever chanting we are doing, if we chant this mantra by engaging ourselves, by associating ourselves, by admitting in some schools, then it will give some good result. And that good result is Krishna Prem. But if we do not associate, we do not get admitted in the authorized sampradaya, authorized school, then it will not give that much of effect. Just like a quack doctor. It will give some effect, definitely. Mahamantra will definitely give effect. It will nullify all your sins. But that is not our ultimate goal. Our ultimate goal is to attain prema, Krishna prema. Prema pumartha mahan. So it says, Sampradaya bihinaste mantraste nispalamataha. If we do not admit ourselves in sampradaya, in Kali Yuga there are 4 sampradayas there. Huh? You remember any these 4 sampradayas? Vaishnav sampradaya, Sri sampradaya, Rudra sampradaya, Kumbra sampradaya, and Brahma Madhya sampradaya. So that sampradaya means lineage, which has started from Brahma. It's called Brahma sampradaya. The lineage which started from Rudra, Shiva, there's a Shiva Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya. That which started from Lakshmi Devi is called Sri Sampradaya. And that which started from Kumaras, 4 Kumaras, is called Kumara Sampradaya. So we can get admitted in any of these authorities. So now we are in ISKCON is like Brahma Madhya Gauriya Sampradaya. In our lineage has started from Brahma. Of course, today is a Ramanujaja appearance. There is a Sri Sampradaya. Today is a Ramanujaja appearance. So if we get admitted in one of those sampradayas, then when we chant under the instruction of a bona fide spiritual master, then our chanting will give blossom effect, full-fledged effect. And of course, without the guidance, without the blessings of a spiritual master, our teachings is it will not give any success. As I said, the analogy of a bona fide doctor and a quack doctor, right? So to get effect, maximum effect, fullest effect of Harinam chanting or devotional service, we should learn from a bona fide spiritual master. And for that, we need to take initiation, take shelter from a bona fide spiritual master. And ISKCON is the platform which is giving us so much of opportunity. We have so many gurus are there. Of course, all are like in the same Brahma Madhya Gauriya Sampradaya. But the beauty is that we can choose from different gurus, ISKCON gurus, because a guru and a disciple relationship is a very, very personal relationship. So when we choose a guru, before choosing a guru, we need to associate with them. We need to understand them. What is their mood? What is the mission? If he is pleasing, and at the same time, guru also examines us whether this person is fit to become a disciple of myself or not. So that way we develop a relation between the guru and disciple. And once everything is fixed, there are certain processes are there. Just like to get admitted in medical college, you need to pass higher secondary, you need to have so much of marks, you need to appear for an exam also, and if you qualify, then you are selected for this. So similarly, for initiation also, we have certain processes. So through these processes, we can get admitted into our this sampradaya, and then we can start our journey of devotional service. Now, whatever we are doing now, this is only a practice and trailer. But once we get initiation, once we get admitted to the school, then our journey of devotional service initiates. And that's why it's called initiation. It's not that Diksha or initiation means everything is as if, no. From that day, our journey is bona fidely. It starts, it initiates bhakti. So it's very, very important, because when we take initiation, that guru takes our responsibility. But it's not like that we'll do whatever bad things, whatever whimsical things, and he will take responsibility. It's not like that. We need to become a very responsible disciple also. But as a sastrik, he takes a charge. He takes responsibility of, and because he takes responsibility of taking us back to Godhead, we also need to become responsible. We cannot do any irresponsible job. So we need to be a responsible disciple. We need to help our spiritual master, so that together we can go back to Godhead, so that we can, under his shelter, under his guidance, under his blessings, we can practice devotional service nicely, and then ultimately we can end Krishna Prem. So as I said, without initiation, we can get rid of our sins, but we will not get Krishna Prem. But if we get admitted into our sampradayas, we take initiation from a bona fide spiritual master. Bona fide means that spiritual master who has come in a bona fide disciplic succession. Suppose I am also doctor. If any one of you wants to learn medicine, you can learn medicine, but you will not get any certificate, because I am not in a medical college profession. We need to get admitted in medical college, learn from those doctors, those devotees who are in that parampara, and then they will give certificate. So similarly, you are chanting, it's okay, but to get ultimate effect, goal of life, Krishna Prem, you need to admit it. That's very simple. You just follow the rules, take guidance from the devotees, and then take initiation, and then your life will be perfect, because you will be then very serious, responsibly in the devotional service, and you will invoke blessings from the Lord and from the spiritual master also. So just to enhance our quality of devotional service, increase our quality of devotional service, we need to take initiation. It's very, very serious. Okay, you have any queries regarding initiation? By the way, do you know the qualifications of a bona fide spiritual master? Any idea? How to choose a guru? How we know who is a guru, who is not a guru? Because in the market there are so many gurus are there. So before buying a diamond also, we need to have some idea what is diamond. Because you are going to purchase a diamond from the jewelry and you don't have any idea about diamond, then you will be cheated. Is not it? So you need to know some qualities, some characteristics of a pure diamond. So similarly, if you are serious about devotional service, you need to know what are the qualifications of a bona fide spiritual master. So that knowledge is extensively given. We have one course in ISKCON, it's called ISKCON Disciple Course. So in ISKCON Disciple Course, we discuss it elaborately. Who is a guru? Who is a bona fide spiritual guru? What is the responsibility of disciple? What are the responsibility of a disciple also? How we can develop this relationship? And who are the fake guru? So everything is discussed nicely. Prabhu is taking this course, IDC. Those who are like thinking about initiation, you should go for this. And without this course, in ISKCON at present, we do not offer any initiation. So this is a must course. Before initiation, we need to understand. And that way, we enliven our knowledge regarding that guru and disciple relationship. Who is a guru? Who is a disciple? It's a beautiful science. It's a beautiful science. So a disciple should be in a very proper disciplic succession. As I said, no, I am also doctor. You can learn from me, but you will not get the certificate. So similarly, you can do chanting, you can do bhakti, but Shastra says we need to take shelter, we need to take admission into a bona fide disciplic succession. Then only our bhakti will be authorized. Adhikari. You know, when we take initiation, our name is like Adhikari. Like those who are householder, their name is actually so and so Das Adhikari. And those who are Brahmachari, their name is so and so Brahmachari. So Adhikari means we are given Adhikar, a right to perform devotional service. So it's very important to become very serious to progress in our devotional service. We take initiation from a bona fide spiritual master, and then our journey will be very, very smooth, very, very what's called focus. So now, because you are so many devotees are chanting 16 rounds, you are regularly doing bhakti for maybe so many years, 2, 3 years, 4 years. You should focus for these things. Initiation. Any question regarding initiation? By the way, it's not very mandatory. We are not forcing you to take initiation, but spontaneously you should try to learn all these things. And when you are interested, definitely you should. But focus should be there. Ultimately, we have to take initiation, because that way our bhakti will be nourished properly. And in ISKCON also, we do not any profess for any one particular guru also. That will be taught in IDC course, definitely, because we in ISKCON we have so many gurus, and we do not profess or advertise for one guru, nothing like that. It's up to individual choice. There are so many gurus. You might be having some interest for some guru, he might have some gurus, no problem. It's all the same. But we should understand properly the philosophy of a guru-disciple relation. Who is a guru? What is characteristics? Who is a disciple? What is characteristics? What is a responsibility? That we should understand. And who is Prabhupada? These things are elaborately discussed in our discourse. It's called ISKCON Disciple Course, IDC. Okay? Anything else? So then, if you don't have any question, we'll end this session. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. For maybe for almost 2 hours, you are tolerating me. So please bless, and I thank His Grace Sudarshan Gorchandra Prabhu and His Grace Sri Jiva Prabhu and my wife ISKCON Guwahati for giving me this opportunity to serve you. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna. So we are very thankful to Prabhu for giving this class. There will be one more class that is very interesting topic, Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita. Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita. Prabhuji will be speaking this class in Temple Hall from 1 p.m. immediately after Rajbhog Aarti. And then we will have our IYF, this 3 p.m. session will continue. And 3 p.m. Srimad Bhagavatam class and 4 p.m. the IYF Common Sunday Feast, Sunday class. So again, one more class Prabhu will be giving.